big day for you, is it?
Yeah, that's pretty much nailed it.
That's how I
approached Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
Yom Kippur is great too. Love Yom Kippur, man. Those gates are closing. Who by fire? Who by drowning?
Probably laugh at all the other people too. They're these people are all going down, but I'm gonna be saved.
Wasn't it Elijah who said, like, why am only I left? Why am only I still following your commandments? Great stuff in Vayelech.
Vayelech, yeah.
The Torah's not in heaven. It's here on earth. It's very clear. It's not esoteric. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars at the Kabbalah Center to understand what the Torah is all about. Judaism is not primarily a mystical system. It does have mysticism, but it's not primarily a mystical system. It's not primarily an esoteric brand of knowledge. It's not Gnosticism, like this special hidden knowledge known only to a few. You have to spend thousands of dollars for classes to get access to it. So Judaism is not primarily a philosophical system. There is philosophy in Judaism. But Judaism is primarily a very practical, day-to-day guide to lead a holier and kinder and finer, more ethical and more just life. It's very practical. It's right here. You can pick up the Torah with a good commentary. You can study it. You can go to free classes. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars for landmark forum. You don't have to get audited by the Scientologists. You don't have to pursue these cults and throw money seeking this special hidden knowledge. Torah is very real. It's very practical. And it's very doable. It's right here. It's given for Jews and for non-Jews to learn from. It's to be your wisdom and understanding in the eyes of the nations. And here it is. And you do it, and you wear this, and you take this, and you eat this, and you don't eat this, and you go here, and you don't go there. And you associate with these people, you don't associate with them. It's very practical. It's very real. It's very doable. It's not in heaven. It's right here. It's not esoteric. It's practical. It's a blueprint for leading a more ethical and holy life. Here it is. Boom, you do it.
You get up at 5:56
you
every morning, take a cold shower, and then you head over and you do Daf Yomi, and you daven.
Then you daven Shacharit.
And then you come home and you get on the internet and you talk about porn.
No!
I don't know what.
I mean to condemn it.
Oh, okay. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to have 2 jobs.
Yeah, if that's what you need to do to make it in Jewish life. It's a tough life. It's tough to be Jewish. You have to work hard. You have to study hard. But the rewards are immense.
What are the rewards? Tell them what the prizes they win.
Okay. Here are the prizes you win if you lead an observant Jewish life. You're much less likely to be addicted to television, to nicotine, to alcohol, to drugs, to pornography. By leading an observant life, it cuts into your addictions. It's really hard to be addicted to television. You can't watch television on Shabbat. And if you're mandated to go pray 3 times a day, you have all these things that break what your natural predilections are. So you're less likely to be lonely. More than any other system that I know of, Orthodox Judaism creates ways for you to bond to other people. Now, it doesn't always happen. Rabbs and I are loners.
I've never been more lonely than the fact that I'm from.
But you're a freak. Generally speaking, Orthodox Judaism, or even Judaism in general, provides so many ways for you to bond to other people. You're less likely to be lonely if you lead an observant Jewish life. You're less likely to go off on your own stupid, weird ideas because it's really easy to convince yourself that what you're doing is okay. It's much more difficult to convince your community that what you're doing is okay. So you have community, you have guidance, you have rabbis, you have authorities who kind of watch over you and help you through life. Other prizes, you have purpose. Like most people don't have purpose in their lives, like driving purpose. Purpose is to represent God on earth, to represent ethical monotheism, to call the world to God and His moral law, call them not by passing out tracts so much, but by leading a Jewish life, a distinctly Jewish life, by observing the Sabbath, by observing the dietary laws, and following the Torah. So you have purpose, you have excitement. There's so much of a rhythm to the Jewish week, to the Jewish calendar, so many holidays and fast days. There are so many laws in Judaism. So one of the key ingredients of sexual excitement is the desire to sin. There are so many more opportunities to sin once you start studying the Torah and you learn more and more ramifications of what the Torah demands. And so then when you don't live up to something the Torah demands, you get this like illicit thrill that, whoa, I just committed a sin, and you haven't done anything that hurt anybody, but you just didn't live up to the Torah in one area. So you get much more of an illicit thrill if you start studying Torah, because then you detect right and wrong in much more broad areas of your life. And so your life is more exciting because like every minute you're being challenged to live up to what God wants, or you go, oh, forget it, I'm just going to do what I want for the next 3 hours, and then you get the illicit thrill of sinning. And you don't get that thrill of sinning unless you immerse yourself in Torah. So those are some of the benefits. By any observable standards, people leading an observant Jewish life lead better quality lives. They have better quality family lives. They do better economically. They're better educated.
Do you have the statistics?
Yeah. Read the book Why the Jews: Reason for Anti-Semitism. It's one of the key components of why people hate Jews is the higher quality of Jewish life. Wherever Jews have been, and they've been free, they've lived higher quality lives than the people around them.
But do you have one on from versus secular?
Yes, absolutely, I do. Like you can look at alcohol statistics among Jews, for instance. And
no, but I'm talking about in terms of how much money you make. Because you just said you get a
yeah, you'll do better economically if you lead an observant Jewish life. It may not be you, the individual, but as a person who becomes so disciplined as to lead an observant life, you will develop the values and the qualities that will, in the long run, for most people, lead to economic success. It's very expensive to lead an observant Jewish life.
Oh yeah. So
it really kicks your butt to get out there and to make a parnasa. So check out the book Why the Jews: The Reason for Anti-Semitism by Dennis Prager and Joseph Telushkin. Read the chapter on the higher quality of Jewish life as a reason for anti-Semitism.
But Prager himself doesn't follow your advice.
He's not fully observant, but it's not all or nothing. It's not like, oh, I got to do everything or I'm just a failure and I'm going to do nothing. No, you do what you can do, and I mean.
Thank you. So now let's circle back. What about the guy who's not doing everything? Should he hide what he's doing wrong?
Yeah.
He should hide what he's doing wrong.
Yeah, he shouldn't broadcast it. If it's like certain really egregious things, like the forbidden homosexual act in the Torah, don't cross-dress in public. Cross-dress in private. Butt bang other guys in private. What's your point in private? Don't go to shore and go, oh, I just saw Debbie Does Dallas last night, and
I guess I could see that point. I guess
all I would say is keep it quiet. Don't create a ruckus in the community.
Okay. I see your point, because on the thing about male and male, that's a major.
It's a major Torah prohibition.
That's a major Torah prohibition. Let's try one that's a little less. Okay, guy comes into Yiddishkeit, right? He's a newbie.
Yeah.
So we don't want to throw the whole book in. Here. Let me just get this. I have a different outlook than other people do on this. Guy's just starting, but he's not ready to keep kosher yet, right? He wants to wear a yarmulke all the time.
Yeah.
Still wants to eat at McDonald's.
Oy vey. Oy vey. You can't do that. You should not wear a yarmulke if you still eat at McDonald's.
Do you tell the guy? Well, let me ask you a question. Are you going to tell the guy to stop wearing a yarmulke, or are you going to tell the guy to stop eating McDonald's? What are you going to tell the guy?
I'd tell him, if you can't stop eating at McDonald's, stop wearing a yarmulke.
Because the Morassian is so...
Yeah. Unless the guy lived in an isolated... it's horrible. Do not wear... It would be better that you took the yarmulke off.
I agree with you. It's better to take the yarmulke off. Let's say, just for the sake of discussion,
that it has to be either or. That's a good question, because wearing a yarmulke does have an effect on a person.
But